Alright, so I'm going to show you how to make an invisible seam when you stitch your two granny square pieces together. So you want to make sure that you have your pieces right side up. Now, they should measure the same size. I don't block my stuff because I've been doing this for so many years that my stuff comes out the same size. So there's one on top of the other. It's got the same amount. You can't even see the bottom one for the top one. Same. So if you feel like if your pieces aren't like this and you have to block it, go right ahead. Unfortunately, I have never blocked anything in my entire life. So I probably won't ever show you how to do that. I've just been crocheting, like I said, so long that they come out the same size. So I don't block. But to do this, what I'm going to show you is how to stitch this together so that you can't see the seam. Now, most people crochet it together, which creates a bump on the top. And then some others do a whip stitch. If you were to take it this way and whip stitch it like you would sew a seam together and do it this way, that's fine, and it's flatter than crocheting it together. But when you open it up, you see the stitch. Now, if you notice, kind of hard not to, this is red and this is orange. They don't match. Well, wait till you see the color of yarn I'm going to put inside of it. It's blue. It's blue for two reasons. Number one, I don't like crocheting with this particular type of yarn. I did it on a few of the other pieces, and it just doesn't feel nice. It's not as soft as some of my other yarns, so I'm going to use it as the yarn to sew this together. Plus the fact I want it to be a different color so you can't see it. You'll see it on the back, but you won't be able to see it once I stitch these together. All right, so the way to do that is, the easy way to do that is, I do have a tail on this end and I do have a tail over here. When I'm learning something new, I don't want any other encumbrances. I don't want anything else to bother me. So I'm going to put those at the bottom and I'm going to work on this seam. I have no tails hanging, nothing. So that's how I'm going to work it. When I'm done with this, you're going to see the corners up here are going to meet and my corners down here are going to meet. Stay with me. You might have to watch this video a few times and get some of this junk out of the way and see how it goes, but I promise you this is the easiest thing you'll ever do. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to put it right sides together. And when I do mine, and again, everybody does this differently, but in here, in my corners, I do 2 chains. A lot of people do 1 chain. I don't like the look of 1 chain. I like the look of 2 chains, plus the fact when I go and do my next set of stitches here, so if I was going to do another row up here, I have more room to maneuver my needle, or my hook rather, in and out of this big space than I do if it's 1. I also crochet looser than most people, so this gives me a little bit of leeway to play with. But I also have to remember that there's 2 stitches in here, 2 chains, and there's 2 chains in here. So I want to make sure that when I'm going for my loops, I'm going to the same stitch on both pieces, and I'll show you what that means in a minute. The other thing you want to do is you want to work in the back of the loop. Now, this is a V, you can see it right there, and if this was facing you, if I use this one, the back of the loop is back here. On this front facing one, the one that's to me, the back of the loop is this one. Put the hook underneath it so you can see it. This is the back of the loop. So you want to make sure that you're in the back of the loop for both pieces. Okay, so that means I'm going to go, this is my stitch here for my last crochet, my last double crochet. So I'm going to go into the next stitch over, again, the back of it. And then here's my same place on the other side. Here's this double crochet right here. So I'm going to go in this one and I'm in the back for both. And I'm just going to pull it through. I have a fairly long piece of yarn, okay? And I just am going to leave a little bit. When I go and do it again for the next stitch, so this might move a little bit, but you have to remember that you have the same amount of stitches on this side that you have on this side. So it's critical that you go into the right place. Now, I ended here with this piece behind me, so that means when I pick up my next stitch, and it's red, so I get that it's a little hard to see, I'm going to go right in here and pick that one up and I'm going to go into that back, and I'm going to pull it through. Okay, let me see if I can't get it to show you again. Wherever you pull the needle out of, if you're left-handed, this is the same side you want to start with. So again, I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go in this one at the end, and I'm going to pull through. It kind of looks like a ladder stitch. Okay, so if you're familiar with that and you know what that is, then that's what you're doing. And you're just going to work your way down. Now, the way to figure out where you're supposed to be is if this is the chain that I just pulled something through, this one doesn't have anything here. That must be my next stitch. And it should line up with my next stitch here. And there you have it. So you can see the blue. When I'm done and I show you the next step, all you're going to be able to see is this part and this part, and you'll only be able to see it from the wrong side. You won't be able to see it from the right side. Okay. Okay. What you also might want to consider doing is the next time when you do this, leave a long tail, but I left a really long tail. I'm going to fix that now and pull it through and adjust it, and I'm going to continue to work down my piece, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. Okay, so give me a few minutes. Okay, I left too long a tail, so I shortened it up a little bit, and you're going to want to leave a longer tail, and I'll show you why later once I get this part done. But I wanted to continue to show you how to push the needle through the stitches and how you're supposed to line everything up and the reason why you're lining everything up. So here's the other piece that'll go through here. Here I'm at that stitch, and I'm going to line it up and push through this way. And now, even though I'm not done, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the other side. So here you can see my stitches. They're very clearly there. Okay, but the cool part about this is, if I get all my stuff in the right spot, that when I pull both ends, ideally you want to do this when you're at the end, but sometimes I find that doesn't work real well for me, and I want to check my progress and make sure that my seams here, my stitches on both sides are lining up. Make sure you hold on to this, because if you just pull on one side, you're going to pull this out. You don't have this anchored yet, okay? So you're going to have a tail. So hang on to it, and then you're just going to pull it together. And you don't have to pull it too tight. You just have to pull it together, and all of a sudden, the blue is gone. I mean, you can see it here, but you can't see it here. It's invisible stitching. And then on the back, like I said, all you'll be able to see are the loops. Now, on this particular one, if I used red, you'd see it on the orange. If I used orange, you'd see it on the red. It was kind of like a no-win situation. So I just went with, this is how it looks, because it almost looks like it's a knitted stitch. And this isn't going to bother me. If it bothers you, then I don't know what to tell you what other color to use, because on something like this, it's going to pop up. The only way you could avoid that, if this bothers you and this bothers you, seeing the stitches on the back, then my suggestion is when you put your final row of color around your granny square, make sure it matches. So I could have done all in orange and then stitched it in orange, and it would have just magically, been put together. The more you watch my videos, you'll know that color doesn't matter to me. I need to use up what I have. So this is me using everything up. It's a donation quilt or blanket, and they're grateful for whatever they get. And I'm okay with that, because this helps me keep my scraps and stuff down to a minimum. Wait till I show you my quilts. None of the colors match. I believe that you need to use up what you have. So this is me using up what I've got. I've never had a blanket returned, whether I've given it to someone as a gift using colors, wacky like this. That's just how I do things. So if it bothers you, there's a way to fix it. Make sure everything is color coordinated. I don't color coordinate anything. So there you have it. Once I get the next pieces down here finished, I will show you what I do with these. Okay, so this is just going to stay out of my way. And when I get to the end over here, I'll leave another tail the same way, because I want to stitch this in twos and then stitch my twos together, because I have a feeling that this is going to be too small, and when I get done stitching all this together, I'm going to have to add a couple of rounds around the great big one. So there you have it. I hope it helped you.